Hey, welcome to another episode of His and Hers Gen X podcast with me, Chad, and
Me, Cristina.
so this is our fifth episode, technically six if you count the introductory episode.
Mm-hmm.
So this is continuing on the original Star Wars trilogy. We're obviously on part three, or really part six, episode six,
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So I saw this obviously many times as a kid. Can't remember last time I watched it start to finish, but it's definitely been a while. But this was Christina's first time watching it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, in our introductory episode, you said I saw the Ewok movie, and I thought when you said that, I thought you meant like Return of the Jedi, because that's the one with the Ewoks. But you were talking about like the made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, it's called Battle of Endor or Battle for Endor, and it's just about the Ewoks.
Yeah, and there's like two little kids, and
yeah,
isn't C-3PO and R2-D2 in it too?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that. But I was really stoked to see the Ewoks actually show up in this one, because as soon as I heard Endor, I was like, "Wait, that's the Ewoks," and I got excited for that.
You must be like the only person that ever saw the made-for-TV movie first, and then saw Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think the made-for-TV movie probably was on TV often, and I don't know. I liked the Ewoks, so it was easy for me to sit through. Whereas if Star Wars was on, I might have just turned it. But yeah, I saw Battle for Endor.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny. I actually saw that VHS tape in like a lot on Facebook Marketplace like a week or two ago, and I kept messaging the guys. I really wanted to buy it, and it said he didn't even write me back. I just saw sold, and I was like,
Really?
So we came just like this close.
Just for the cover.
I don't think any of those made-for-TV Ewok movies. I think there was two of them.
Yes, I only saw one, but when I looked it up, there are two.
You know, I'll look it up right now.
I mean, it seems like that would be something that would be, since Disney acquired all of those, it seems like that might be something that might be streaming on Disney, because, I mean, why not? It was like a whole franchise of itself, you know?
Yeah. The Ewok Adventure, Caravan of Courage, 1984, and then Ewoks, The Battle for Endor, 1985.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one I've seen.
Let's see.
And it just seems like Disney Plus would have that.
I'll tell you in a second.
All right. Because if so, I would watch that again.
Yeah, we could just keep this series going.
You could watch it for the first time.
Oh, they're both on Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Do you like the Ewoks?
Well, I thought, yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Did you ever see or hear of the Star Wars holiday special?
No.
It's supposed to be like horrible, and like it was done by the people who do like the Carol Burnett show. I think it came out in like Christmas of 78 or 79.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like this really weird variety show, and like it's never, like it only aired once, and like it was never put out on VHS or Laserdisc or anything. Yeah. Like it's just buried in a vault somewhere.
It's not on YouTube at all?
Possibly.
Check and see. Yeah, that was like the prime time for those variety shows, was the 70s. I think we missed all that though.
Yeah. It says the animated segment is available on Disney Plus, but the actual special itself isn't available anywhere. The only way to get it is like a bootleg copy on eBay.
Yeah, if they're hiding it, it must be really terrible.
But I have seen like Nostalgia Critic review it, and you know, some other people online, and I mean, I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, that might be the kind of thing you can acquire if somebody recorded it on Betamax or something back in those days.
Did you ever see that Weird Al video, White and Nerdy?
No.
Oh, well, I'll have to show that to you, but well, never mind. All right. Anyway, so we were supposed to talk about Return of the Jedi, and somehow we got off track down a Star Wars rabbit hole.
Yeah, typical.
All right, so what was your impressions of this movie?
So I really liked this one. This is the only one I've really liked where I might actually watch it. I probably would watch this one again.
Hmm.
To me, the characters, not the main characters, but just the animatronics and puppets and all the aliens they had, the otherworldly characters were just so good. It reminded me a lot of Jim Henson. So I really got into that. It just kind of lightened it up a little bit more. And I enjoyed the pacing of this a lot more. It wasn't jumping all over the place. It was consistent with like the scenes that were happening. It just felt like a more well put together movie for me. It held my attention a lot more than the other two have.
Yeah, I disagree. Like it does jump around the most. Like, well, once they like the first act, like when they're with Jabba's palace and all that, and then once
Yeah,
they go out into space,
I
then
liked it
like
because it focused on that.
no, but it was like three stories going on at once because you had like Luke and Darth Vader, and then you had Han Solo and on the blowing up the thing on the moon, and then Lando Calrissian and all those guys blowing up the actual Death Star.
Hmm.
So, and that's if you that I think that was a kind of premise that the other Star Wars movies, the prequels and the sequels, all kind of borrowed from, because once you watch the prequels and the sequels, and like even like Rogue One, they all have like that kind of tri story where there's like an A plot, a B plot, and a C plot, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and like none, there really wasn't that like the first Star Wars. It was like you just stuck with the same characters for the whole movie. It wasn't jumping back and forth. And then like in Empire, it kind of split off into two, where you had Luke on, you know, with Yoda, and then Han and Princess Leia in Cloud City, and then they do merge back at the end. And then this one, you know, so like they all start out together at Jabba's palace where they rescue Han,
Yeah.
and then they go off on the mission to blow up the second Death Star, and that's where you split into like three kind of like A, B, and C plot. And
Yeah.
it's funny, like they are balanced pretty evenly. Like the Luke confronting Darth Vader, and then Han Solo and his team trying to blow up that thing.
Hmm.
It's almost like a 50-50 split as far as time and all that. And then Lando and the whole Rebel fleet attacking the Death Star is, you know, it's probably like 40% Luke, 40% Han, and then what, 20% Lando.
Yeah. No, I get it. There was a lot of different scenes in this movie for sure, but I do feel like there was I don't know, maybe the scenes were just longer because
Mhm.
I don't know, for the first one I felt like it cut a lot. I would be focused on something and then it would just kind of cut away. This one I felt a little more complete. Maybe some people would think some of the scenes went on a little too long, but I mean, like with where it opens with Jabba the Hutt,
Mhm.
I loved that. I mean, I thought it was like a good amount of time. Some people, I read some people got annoyed by that going on too long, but I thought it was great. So I liked that one.
It definitely goes on a little bit longer in the special edition that used like the theatrical version. We have to
Hmm.
get a laser disc player so we can watch this. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like this where the dancers are dancing, like the music is totally different in the theatrical version. And then like, because you could tell that was total 1990s CGI. It's very
Yeah.
Jar Jar. If it was either like, I don't know if they wrote Jar Jar at the same time that they did those special editions, or if the special editions just took that. It's like so Disney, like so corny, you know, like
It
the
was corny. It was like a CGI shit fest. It wasn't great CGI. And it was just such an odd thing
mhm,
because you've got the tension of being there with Jabba, and then
yeah,
they just throw that in there. It kind of like disrupts the story a little bit. It was weird.
yeah. It's funny, we were watching it and Chris could tell that it was Princess Leia in disguise. When she, I don't know, I bet you if I had to have like a toy catalog here, you know,
Yeah.
every single character in Star Wars, like if they got a toy, they got a name, you know, and like you remember like in the first movie where at the cantina with all the aliens, like
Yeah.
they made toys out of like all those aliens. So like
Yeah.
any
Come
character,
back.
even if they don't have a line, a lot of them got toys. and they would, if they got a toy, they got an official name, and like super hardcore Star Wars nerds, not me,
Yeah.
could actually name some of them, even though they're just background characters.
Yeah, those
Um,
red squid-like characters that are flying at the end trying to destroy the Death Star. I've seen those as a toy. You know what I'm talking about? They look like
oh,
squids.
Admiral Akbar, yeah.
Admiral Akbar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen those as toys before. So when I saw them, I was like, "Hey, I recognize those."
Yeah. I mean, he has some of the most, it's fun. He's a minor character technically, but he has like some of the most memorable lines in the movie. And man, we did you see like the Robot Chicken Star Wars? They like they put him in there a lot.
Yeah. So I did
um,
really enjoy that opening scene. And yeah, I knew that was Leia dressed like a bounty hunter. I'm like, is that Leia? Because that person walked like a lady. So I was like, that's Leia.
I know, and
Um,
she's like tiny, especially compared to Chewbacca. I think Chewbacca's
she
like
is
7 feet
really
tall.
small. And then
Yeah.
she gets captured by Jabba and then put
Mhm.
into, I've seen, the posters of her in that scanty, she's like in a little bikini,
Oh yeah, they call it Slave Leia.
slave Leia.
Yeah,
And I thought it was kind of lame. She just kind of lays around. She doesn't really do anything. She just lays there.
I know.
It's
Well,
kind
you
of
know
a
what? That
waste.
was when I was a little kid and I saw that movie. Like that was like when I knew I was straight because like I was like,
Really.
yeah, I was very enraptured by Carrie Fisher in a bikini. I mean, she looked good then.
Hmm?
Like, and there's certain points like at the end where, or not at the end of the first act where they blow up Java's ship. Um, she's out there. It's funny because like, she's out there in the bikini, the like almost like it's like a belly dancer costume, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Um,
has chains on it, I think,
yeah.
right?
And when she turns around, or like just from the side, like she looks like almost completely naked or like 90%, like you just see like so much.
Yeah. Like, did he just have that hot costume laying around for her to change into? Just waiting for her? Or does he have like a harem? He probably has a harem.
Yeah, I mean, remember he had like the dancers, and there was like one like sexy human lady, and then one. Actually, I think that was a man in a costume where it looked like they had like 5 rows of boobs or whatever, like really like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
fat guy.
Yeah.
Or yeah, so I think that might have been a man in a costume. I don't know, but and
Yeah.
then like they had like in the special edition they had like all these CGI, singing, dancing aliens, but in the original it was just puppets or and they cut out a part where like that the human slave lady who is dancing in
Hmm.
the theatrical version she tries to like choke Jabba with the chain or whatever, and then when she falls down into the pit with they call it the rancor monster,
Yeah.
like you can actually like her boob pops out, so
In the
you
movie?
can, yeah, in the original, not the one we saw.
Like a full boob?
I mean it's only there for like a half a second,
Wow. I
but
bet little boys rewound that a lot,
yeah,
though.
we were
Like, I'm
super
sure they rewinded that part a lot for a PG movie.
yeah. Well, same thing happens in the original Ghostbusters.
Really?
Where, yeah, remember where, it's getting towards the end where Sigourney Weaver, she's sitting in a chair and like all of a sudden like these hands grab her,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like they like rip her shirt off and like you can see her boob for like half a second.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, we can watch that sometime.
Yeah, that was my
Um,
first experience with Jabba the Hutt. I didn't know that he didn't speak English. He was speaking his own language.
yeah, and getting back to the CGI stuff, remember how he looks completely different here than compared to the first movie. It's like
Where
the
he
first
CGI'd
movie,
it.
yeah, that was just all CGI post, 20 year later.
Yeah,
Uh,
because in the CGI
Jabba,
one, he's moving, and in this one, Return of the Jedi, he looks massive. So it's like I don't even know if he can move. He just lays there all the time.
I think, well, I mean, if you read the comics and paperbacks and all that stuff, like they say, like, Jabba like started out small and then he just got fat and fatter and fatter, and so that's why
Hmm.
he's like he can't really move. And it's kind of like, why would this big, huge worm monster be like a mob boss. Like you would have to be like intimidated by a mob boss, you know? Like think
Yeah.
like of Negan in Walking Dead. It's like if you're the head mob boss, like you have to be like the toughest of them, you know, because like if you're weak, then somebody would just kill you and take your place, or kick your ass and take your place.
Yeah, I guess he's just gotten to a point where he's so big that he has everybody do everything for him, including his
Yeah.
bidding, so he doesn't have to move. He can just lay there and eat
Hmm.
and have jesters entertain him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like a very yeah, and especially like with the slave Leia like belly dancer costume, it's kind of like an Arabian Nights or whatever, like one of those types of things, you know? Like he's supposed to
Yeah.
be a sheik.
Yeah. I guess that's what they were going for, was kind of a chic thing, like a
Yeah.
harem kind of
Mhm.
costume. I don't know
Um
if it was completely necessary for this movie for her to be dressed like that. I guess it was just something fun they threw in there.
yeah. I actually have some Star Wars trivia right here, and it says Carrie Fisher hated the slave Leia costume. She joked that it was uncomfortable, unflattering, and the subject of endless parody, though it became one of the most iconic images from the trilogy.
Yeah, it is iconic. I was aware of it before I saw it. So,
Something my major complaint, or well, a complaint about this movie, and something I always thought of like since a kid. So like when they're in Jabba's palace, and then it's like when Leia comes back later and still in that costume, like all the characters are just like sleeping like on the floor, like they're like passed out drunk or something. Is that, I don't know, is that what they were going for? Like I didn't really think much of it as a kid, but like the more, you know, like as I saw it later in life, I was just like, this makes no sense. Like are they sleeping? Are they passed out drunk? Like what's going on there, you know?
yeah, I kind of saw it as like kind of like exist around him. Like
Hmm.
everything they do revolves around Jabba, so I think they just have to be at his beck and call. So they're just constantly there. You know, like they just exist there because if he snaps his fingers, they have to jump to it and get to him. It's like
Yeah.
power.
Yeah, I guess. Um so I forget where I saw this. It was probably like on Cracked, or maybe Nostalgia Chick or something, but there's like this big moral question of, you know, when they blow up Jabba's party barge, a
Yeah.
lot of people were saying like, was that really necessary? Because we're like all the people and animals and aliens or whatever on that thing, were they all just as bad as Jabba? Because they're not like the evil empire. We just, if they're a stormtrooper, they're automatically bad, you know? But
Yeah.
it's like I've seen people like really contemplate this. They're like, did all the, like, assuming that he had like slaves on the barge, you know,
They
did
would have
they
died
just,
too.
huh?
They would have died too, right? Everybody would have gone with them.
Yeah. So was it right for them to blow up the whole ship, or should they have just, you know, gotten out of there?
Yeah. I guess they just did it to look cool because it really
Yeah.
doesn't make a lot of sense. Because they
Yeah.
would
I
just be
mean,
freeing everybody because I don't think anybody was there willingly, you know?
yeah. I mean, that's everything in Star Wars is solved by things exploding. You know, they explode the,
Exploding and looking cool.
yeah, I mean, they blow up the satellite thing on the planet that for the shield, and then like they blow up the Death Star, and that was the thing in the first movie, was blowing up the Death Star. Nothing really got blown up in Empire Strikes Back though, except like at the beginning. It's funny, Empire is, the formula for that compared to the other two is different, because like Empire starts out with the action and then it slows down, but these ones, or especially this one, is like constant action, you know.
I think that's why I liked it. It kept me engaged because there was always something going on. And I will say, like, I mean, the effects on this were pretty good. I didn't know if they had altered this because I didn't see the original, but that plant thing that lives in the pit in the desert that Jabba
Yeah.
feeds to,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, the Sarlacc pit.
It looked really good. Was
Yeah,
that
that
just
was
practical
CGI.
effects?
That was CGI.
CGI? So did it
Well,
look completely different in the old one?
yeah, and the old one, it was just like teeth in the sand, basically, which I think was more creepy. Although it
Oh,
really
see, now I
makes no
want to see it.
sense. Like from an evolutionary standpoint, like how would this? creature get in the middle of the desert with like no food or anything around it, you know? Like some,
Yeah.
it would have to be like an ecosystem of like, you know, where it's going to get food or whatever. I mean, it's again, it's like sci-fi logic. It looks cool, but it's illogical.
Well, it says it takes 1,000 years to digest,
Yeah.
which
Well,
doesn't
they
make sense because you would be dead.
yeah. Um
So it just slowly eats you.
yeah.
It's creepy.
Again, there's a good Robot Chicken parody on that part too.
Yeah. That's
Speaking of which,
horrifying. That's really creepy.
so more trivia. Boba Fett's original death was different. Early drafts gave Boba Fett a more dramatic showdown with Han Solo, but Lucas trimmed it down, leading to his now infamous accidental death in the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, that was kind of a
Yeah.
lame way to kill him. He just like doesn't like C-3PO or somebody like just like bump into him and then like he goes flying.
I thought it was
Yeah.
very weird to have a character that has name recognition die that quickly. I was like, wait, was that Boba Fett?
Yeah,
Because
but
why does he have such name recognition if it's already over for him? You
well,
know?
he didn't have the mystique then. It's like it's just this cult of Star Wars nerds built it up over time, you know.
Okay, because he wasn't a huge character, and he was just gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like hard to I don't know something I could compare it to if like another character who was like a minor character got like a strong following just like in generations afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
I guess like the thing you compare him to would be like I don't know, like the Lion and the Wizard of Oz or something like that, you know, like
Yeah, because I was
like
familiar with the name. I had a friend, her kid named the guinea pig Boba Fett, so I thought it was going to be a bigger character than what he actually was.
I think it was the
But no, he was
toys.
gone.
I think boys love the Boba Fett toy because he makes a cool looking action figure, you know.
Yeah, yeah, he's got a cool
In
thing
fact, I
going
think
on.
the number one most rare Star Wars action figure from the 70s and 80s was like this Boba Fett, where like he has like that jetpack on the back. Like they had one
Hmm.
that like would shoot like he had a missile on there, and you could hit a button and like it was spring loaded and the missile would fly out. And I think they only made like a few of those, and then they recalled them because they're like, oh, kids are gonna choke on this.
Oh my god, yeah, or shoot their eye out.
Somebody fact check me on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah, toys that could hurt you were great.
Yeah. Let's talk about like the acting. Like I thought Mark Hamill was really flat in this one.
I think he's been flat the entire time, honestly. um, yeah, it's like he's playing this really dynamic character.
Mm-hmm.
He was very subdued. You know what I mean? Like the way when he enters the room with Jabba and Leia is just very, yeah, like you said, very flat affect. It's like he didn't really know how to portray that character, I think.
Yeah, like it's in the first two, he's very full of energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then this one, it's like he's hungover like every day or something.
Yeah,
like
he does. He just seems miserable or like burdened by the weight of this Jedi mission he's got to do. But
and a lot of people say that about Carrie Fisher too, because I think she was just getting out of rehab when she made this movie.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think she was a cokehead when they made Empire, and like if you look really close, you can see she has like one really long fingernail.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's a legend. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like a huge cokehead in the early '80s.
Yeah.
And but I think Return of the Jedi was after she went to rehab or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, somebody fact check me on that. I'm not 100% sure I could.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
just
remember she doesn't have a lot to do. Like the whole time that she's with Jabba is kind of wasted. She's just laying around, looking around.
Yeah.
I think it picks up a little bit better when they get to Endor and they're riding around on those air scooters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the land speeder. I had that toy as a kid. That was a fun one.
Yeah, I was like, this would be an amazing ride. And I haven't been to Hollywood Studios. Maybe they've done that as a ride. Just, flying through the trees like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember as a kid, like, because they're going like so fast. I'm just like, how would you steer? You can't steer. You're going like 200 miles an hour.
Right, and you don't know where anything is. There's no way you would have like 100% accuracy on missing stuff,
Yeah.
unless it's self-driving in some capacity.
We can watch the bonus features where they show how they made that. Like they had like a steady cam and they had to like walk like real slow. Like they shot it in slow motion. Like you walk slow, you shoot it in like slow motion. Or
Hmm.
like they over cranked the camera. Yeah, so there's like way more frames coming through than normal.
Yeah.
So that when they play it back, like it's like a clear image, you know.
Hmm. Well,
Um,
following the storyline, when the big reveal was, we have a there's another Death Star. Like it's another Death Star
yeah. I
again.
I know
It's
it's
just
like
a bigger Death Star, right?
that. Yeah, I mean you can't really tell like there's, but yeah, I mean it looks the same as the first one, but I always thought that was kind of lame. I'm just
Yeah,
like, we already had the Death Star. They're repeating themselves already.
that's what I thought. I was like, this is it. I didn't realize it was going to make a reappearance.
I
Why
don't
are
know
they
what else
doing it
they could.
again?
Yeah, I don't know what else they could have done though. Like maybe they have like some kind of like star weapon or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, with today's technology, I'm sure they could have come up with something better. Maybe they were just kind of
Mhm.
limited in their options.
Oh, you mean for the special effects?
Yeah, like just like we're just gonna do another Death Star.
Yeah. To me, yeah, it's kind of lazy writing, but
Yeah, it
I think
was.
it was capitalizing on what had already worked. Because like at this point, now Star Wars is like this mega franchise, even in the '80s, like even before Disney bought them and all that. But
Hmm.
um,
Yeah,
they're just like audiences just want more of the same. So
I guess it was different enough to be interesting.
yeah,
Um,
and
oh,
like as a kid, I loved the Ewoks, but as an
yeah.
adult, to me they seem like so lame now.
So they kind of remind me of the Minions in a way.
Yeah,
In that, they speak this unintelligible language and they're kind of funny, like they burp and they do funny things. So they're kind of
yeah,
like a lighthearted relief. But I hate the Minions, but I really like the Ewoks. I don't know, they're cute. Some of them are ugly, but like the
yeah.
main one, I think his name is Wicket. He makes the appearance in the Ewok movies. I think he's really cute, and I don't know, it just kind of brings like a lighthearted sweetness. But I could see how I think a lot of people might find them annoying.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole primitive premise is, I don't know, it's kind of obvious. It's like, hey, look, these like total idiots defeated the Imperial stormtroopers, and in retrospect, like to me, that was like for kids because like really only kids could buy that, you
Yeah, they
know.
defeated them with like rocks and sticks, which is pretty crazy.
My trivia here, it says Ewoks weren't originally planned. George Lucas first wanted the climactic battle to take place on Kashyyyk, the Wookiee homeland. Since Chewbacca was already depicted as technologically savvy, Lucas created a new primitive species, the Ewoks. But it would have been better, you
Yeah,
know. I think that would have been better. Or I mean, because
a
like
bunch of
remember
Wookiees,
what?
a bunch of Wookiees instead of Ewoks.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think where the Ewoks live it's pretty cool. It's a lot different from where they've been, which is primarily desert, ice, and swamp. So it's
yeah,
kind of a little bit different. It's like more like Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
Um,
Every planet in Star Wars has like one topographical feature. You know, the desert planet, the
yeah,
Antarctica planet, the swamp planet, the forest planet. You know.
yeah. This one most closely resembled Earth, I guess, the way you would think of it with just the trees and stuff. But
Yeah, shot in
I
I
thought
was
they
shot in
were
the
funny.
redwood forests in California. I've actually been there.
Really?
Yeah, that was a lot in 2015. I actually flew out to California to interview for this job for North Coast Brewing, and I had to fly into or not San Francisco, Sacramento, and then I had to rent a car and drive all the way to North Coast. It's like on Fort Bragg or something. It's like right on the beach there.
Hmm.
And it's like a 3 or 4 hour drive, and like you go through the redwood forests in the mountains, and it's really cool. And it looks, yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, this looks like Star Wars.
It looked familiar. But I thought they were funny. I think it's hilarious when they mistake C-3PO for their god. I mean, that was funny. This movie was a little bit more funny
Yeah,
than
that's like a
it.
cartoon, you know.
Hmm?
I don't know. That's a cartoon story device, or it's very sitcom-y,
It is. It's
you know.
very childlike. You know, you could tell this movie was more geared toward children than maybe the previous ones were,
Yeah, and it's
which is
like
probably why I like it because
there
it's
was no
cuter.
reason for them to even like where they're tied up to the stick and like the Ewoks are gonna cook them for dinner or whatever.
That was gross. Yeah, I forgot about that. They were gonna eat them. I was like,
Well, I
damn, these
mean,
Ewoks are sinister.
that premise is ridiculous because it's like how are like Luke, Leia, and Han and Chewbacca like how are they gonna get out? You know, how are they gonna get taken out by Ewoks? You know, like imagine if I mean, obviously you're not gonna kill off the main characters in the middle of the movie, but
Right, all you
um,
would really have to do is give them like a really good kick and just like send them flying off.
I
But
know the
yeah,
Ewoks
that
are
part
good.
was pretty sinister. I remember thinking, that's disgusting. They're gonna eat them? Why? Wouldn't they be
Uh,
vegetarians anyway?
well, they're like teddy bears, you know.
They
They're like
are
more evolved bears. I mean,
kind of
yeah, I
equal
mean,
teddy bears.
they even have like the same ears on the top of their head, like the way like a teddy bear would.
Yeah. Like a teddy, they kind of remind me of like, do you remember Teddy Ruxpin? He was that talking bear.
Oh yeah,
Kind of like that.
I think my brother had one of those.
Yeah, they were our generation.
Um,
Oh, can we
and
talk about Yoda?
sure, that's what I was just about to ask. Like the trivia it says Yoda's role saved the trilogy's credibility. Lucas added Yoda, confirming that Darth Vader was Luke's father, so
Yeah.
audiences wouldn't think Vader was lying.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, validation.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and then he confirms that, you know, he has to face Darth Vader in order to become a Jedi because he's not a Jedi yet.
yeah,
So he sends him on his further mission.
yeah.
And
But
he
it's like,
dies. He
yeah,
dies.
I know. It's like there was no. They should have built up to that in the last movie. He should have said like, you know, I only have like a year left of my life or something. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
was like he just shows up, and it's just Luke shows up at the exact moment that Yoda dies. You know.
Yeah, unless Yoda was just hanging on, waiting for Luke specifically to come back. Yeah, it's kind of
I know.
odd how that works out.
It's not like Luke. He's like, I got a message from Yoda that he only has 2 days to live, so I gotta, you know, they
Yeah.
could have threw something in there like that
I
to
mean,
make
I
it
knew he
work.
was old, but that's like one thing that was kept from me. Like I've never heard that Yoda died. You know,
Oh,
I'm
really?
surprised. No, I was surprised. I was like, Yoda dies?
Nah, well, he
I
comes
never heard
back.
that.
He's pretty prominent in the 3 prequel movies, although he's CGI instead of puppet.
Yeah, which is probably gonna
Mm.
look like worse,
Yeah,
honestly.
it just looks obvious. Um, so what did you think of all the scenes with Luke and Darth Vader and the Emperor?
Um, so I don't. Some parts I thought were kind of hokey, like the way the Emperor kept saying, "Come on, Luke, go to your dark side, embrace the dark side, kill Darth Vader. You know you wanna." And he just kept doing that over and over again. And it's
I
like, okay, we get it. Like he really wants Luke to become evil. um, because he wants him to, and he's like using very basic manipulation tactics that Luke isn't falling for. So I guess he's stronger than his father in a way.
Yeah. There's something that they added there where the Emperor is like killing Luke with his finger lightning, you know?
Yeah,
And then Darth Vader says no and like he throws him. Like that
yeah.
was added. In the original movie, he didn't say anything. He just picks up the Emperor and throws him. And
Oh, yeah.
I like even that like now is like why is the Emperor he's like frozen there. Like he doesn't fight back or anything. It makes no sense.
Yeah, again, it's a very simple death
It should have
for
been
a
like
major character.
the Emperor, you know, then like the Emperor starts attacking Darth Vader, and then you know, then Luke gets up, and then they both like kill him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been
Yeah.
way better.
I was surprised that Vader turned to save his son, you know, when he was giving him the electroshock therapy and about ready to kill him. And then Vader, throws him into the reactor shaft, I guess.
Yeah.
And so when Luke cuts Vader's hand off and there's no blood, it's more just like machinery.
Yeah.
What is Vader made out of?
You'll find out at the end of episode 3. Because like Darth Vader, he's almost like essentially like a cyborg. I mean, like he was a human, but then they show in episode 3 like how he like Obi-Wan Kenobi like almost kills him, but I forget how he gets away, and then like he gets saved, and like they just it's like RoboCop, where like they just put robotic prosthetics into like all his limbs and everything.
Yeah. So his costume pretty much is keeping him alive. I mean, I kind of got that impression with the mask, the way he's always breathing. It sounded like it's kind of breathing for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how he eats, though.
Yeah.
Or does he just have like a feeding tube?
Right. Does he have a catheter? How does that all work?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that bionic until they cut his hand off. I guess that's kind of like a reveal. Like a lot of them's just machine.
There was a scene in Empire Strikes Back where his like egg thing is open, and like one of his generals or whatever walks in, and like you see the helmet come down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can tell he's deformed. Yeah. I remember that. But they do the face reveal. Yeah. And I said to you, I'm like, wow, that's not what I was expecting. Because he kind of looked like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, that's a lot of fans' criticisms of this.
Yeah. And then he's not James Earl Jones, which to my mind, the entire time, he was just James Earl Jones under there, even though I don't think Luke could be James Earl Jones' son. And then when he took his thing off, his voice completely changed to the actor playing him.
Yeah. I always recognized that as a kid. I'm like, these voices don't match up.
Yeah, because I guess that part of it was just the mask, the breathing apparatus, maybe. But yeah, he was human and vulnerable and not scary anymore.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like demasking the monster, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a horror movie trope, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of like I wasn't expecting it. There was a lot of stuff that surprised me in this movie. And then Vader dies, which I never knew that Vader died.
Oh.
No.
I thought that was common knowledge. Although I hated that.
Yoda or Vader, I had no idea.
The special edition that we saw, they show Hayden Christensen at the end.
As a hologram.
Yeah. In the original... And actually, even before they made those movies, like when they did the special edition in '97, I think, they had like the actor who played, Darth Vader with the helmet off, like he was like in the Jedi robes, and like he was standing there next to Yoda and Ben Kenobi. I don't know why.
The prequels go into what turned him and why he went to the dark side.
Yeah, like it's all 3 movies are about that.
Okay. Yeah, and I felt Vader dies and then Luke is really sad. I felt like that might have been a little bit melodramatic. Only because like Vader was an absentee father. He wasn't around.
Yeah.
He didn't like pay child support or anything, so why was Luke so attached to him? And then he flies away with his corpse so he can give him a funeral cremation.
Yeah. Were you surprised to find out that Luke and Leia were brothers and sisters?
It wasn't like a huge deal. I don't know if it was a big deal when it aired. I assumed it was, but I mean, when he said it, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really get much out of it though. Like,
yeah, but it's like, who else would it be? Leia's like the only female character in the entire story, you know?
Right. Yeah, I have a sister, but by process of elimination, there's only 3 women in this galaxy, so it must be Leia.
Yeah. That's why, like, in Empire Strikes Back, where she kisses him at the
Oh,
beginning,
yeah.
like, it's, like, creepy to watch now. That must have been a decision they didn't make until they made this movie. Although
Yeah.
they did tease that. Remember at the end of Empire Strikes Back where he's leaving Yoda, and Ben Kenobi says that boy was our last hope, and then Yoda says, "No, there is another."
I kind of assumed it was gonna be Leia because I didn't really know who else it could be, unless it was
Hmm.
somebody we just hadn't met yet.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was kind of an underwhelming reveal just because I mean, if this is the end for their storyline, it doesn't really go anywhere. That's the end of it, right?
Yeah, well, it's like this is supposed to be like they have like all those partying scenes from like around the galaxy,
Hmm.
um, and like so like I think that's supposed to be like okay, this is it. They finally won
Yeah.
the Empire. That's it. But um, then they well, I don't want to spoil chapter 7 for you. That's the one that came out 10 years ago, The
Oh
Force
man.
Awakens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then like again, like there's tons of comics and paperback books that s- tell what happened after. Because like they said, like even though they blew up the Death Star, like you would still have troops and bases all over the place, and like they have to have something for those people to do. Like what would happen? Like there's like a civil war between them and all and all. It's like when the Soviet Union fell and like all the oligarchs took over.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
So I wonder where their story goes from there. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of sad that just ends.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's up to you to decide where it goes.
Right.
So you said you like this the best of the three?
Yeah, this was my favorite one just because it had the most action. I liked the characters a lot. It just reminded me of some of my childhood movies that I did like. And I would watch this one again. I don't know if I'd watch the other two again, honestly. So this was a good one. I liked it. And I thought it stood on its own. I don't know if you really needed to have too much knowledge of anything to enjoy it. So I liked it.
I don't know. I can't imagine like just watching Return of the Jedi by itself. I feel like you had to have seen the first two.
You could, but I mean, like, I don't know. You could probably get away with it. Which one is your favorite out of the three?
It was funny, like as a kid, it was this one for the same reasons you just mentioned, but um, watching it now, I'm like, oh, it's like so corny and repetitive, and I don't know. I guess I probably said the first one, um, just because it is the original.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't
they're
know.
all. I mean, it's hard to actually like grade them now. Like, this one's a 10, this one's a 9.5, this one's a whatever. It's I don't know.
And
So
this one
anyway,
for me, all the characters that I know
mhm,
all came together. So I
yeah.
think it felt complete. Like, oh, okay, they included the Ewoks finally, and like it just seemed the most complete. Because the first one, there's a lot of characters missing from it. We haven't met them yet.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's a good place to wrap. So, yeah, we should be plugging this throughout the whole show. But if you're following us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok
TikTok.
and Instagram.
Mhm.
This is our 1 month anniversary,
Yeah.
and we're at like 20,000 views total on YouTube alone. I think it was like 13,000 on Instagram, and I don't know what it was on TikTok. Probably about the same. So
Yeah.
this show's doing better than I thought it was gonna do.
Yeah, it's funny because our quirky stuff like Secret of Nim and The Return to Oz, that does really well on TikTok in terms of engagement.
Hmm.
And then the Star Wars stuff seems to do better on YouTube, from what I can
Yeah,
tell. So it's like different audiences are capturing different things on
yeah, it's weird.
each
Who
one.
who knows? So, what's your pick for the next? Are you gonna keep doing the disturbing childhood movies, or
Do you want to keep doing that? Because we're mid-September, so we're getting to October's probably going to be a spooky month. So do you want to finish off disturbing children's movies before then?
yeah, it's your pick.
Okay. So yeah, we'll watch the most disturbing, depressing one next and just get it out of the way.
You don't have to. You know, it doesn't. It shouldn't be a chore. I mean, if you want to do Labyrinth or something, you know, like that.
Yeah. Oh, I've got one we can probably watch. I don't know if you'll like it though, because you'll consider it a girl movie probably. But
Rainbow Bright.
no, definitely not Rainbow Bright, but just something that is disturbing for young children. It's a beautiful movie. I think we should do that one.
All right, we'll tell the viewers what it is.
So, The Last Unicorn. You've ever seen it? Have you even heard of it?
Yeah, I saw that as a kid.
Oh, you've seen it. Do you remember anything about it?
Barely.
Okay, so you can watch it again with like new eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like
saw
Secret
Return
of
of the
a very
Odyssey
pretty
too.
movie, but it just has some very disturbing elements in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you next week.
Yep.
See
See you on the flip side.
Smell you later.
Bye.
Bye.